Good morning to everyone. Dear students, in the previous classes we learnt about the conversion reaction. In that, first one is ascending reaction. This should be called as a Killarney synthesis. In this method, the aldopentose to aldohexose should be conversion. It means higher member, it means lower member to higher member conversion will be taking place. Here this aldose is treated with hydrogen cyanide. It means D-arabinose is treated with hydrogen cyanide. It gives a D-gluconitrile and D-mannanonitrile, and then acid hydrolysis it should be taking place in the mixture of D-gluconic acid and D-mannonic acid. After this mixture should be heated, removal of water will be taking place. It gives a gamma lactose. It means the glycosidic linkage between the C4 and the C1 carbon atom, and then reduction will be taking place and it gives the D-glucose and the D-mannose. Here you have to observe this will be the 5-membered ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here this should be converted to 6-membered ring. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Next, second one conversion reaction is descending order. It means it should be also call it as a Wolff's degradation. This is conversion of aldose to lower aldose. It means last one is higher aldose. This is lower aldose. D-glucose is converted into D-arabinose. Here D-glucose is treated with hydroxylamine. It gives a oxime, and then acetic anhydride it gives a penta-acetyl glucose. After that it is reacted with silver oxide in the presence of ammonium hydroxide. And then this should be treated with HCl. It gives a D-arabinose. Okay. Next, third one is conversion of aldose to ketose. It means CHO group to C double bond O group. Conversion of glucose to fructose, because in the glucose CHO group is present, in the fructose C double bond O group is present. Here this is the reaction. Okay. Next, last one is conversion of ketose to aldose. It means C double bond O to CHO, vice versa of the last reaction, D fructose to D glucose. Okay. Next is epimerization. Here epimerization means epimers are isomers which differ in configuration at any one carbon atom other than anomeric carbon. It means if the reactant should be taking place, okay, when we compare the reactant and the product, and in that the one of the carbon atom should be different. Okay, for example, in the conversion of glucose to mannose, here you have to see this. In the reactant we are taking a D-glucose. Here in the second carbon atom, OH should be present in the right side and H should be present in the left side, and then last it gives a D-mannose. And here you have to observe in the D-glucose and D-mannose, here H should be present in the right side, here in the D-glucose in the left side. In the D-glucose OH is present in the right side, here left side. This will be the at least one of the carbon atom should be in the different manner. Okay, that is called it as a epimerization. These are all about the monosaccharides. You know that in the carbohydrates classification one of the main type is monosaccharides that should be formed by the monomers. Okay, next is disaccharides. Disaccharide. You know that in the previous classes I was explained you the classification of classification of carbohydrates. Disaccharides means 2 monomeric units should be here. Okay, in the monosaccharides 1 monomeric unit is present in the compound. 1 monomeric unit means mainly the glucose or fructose, whatever it may be, that is the 1 monomeric unit. I'm telling glucose or fructose, okay, not in the combination. In the disaccharides, that type of two monomers are present. It might be a two glucose are there, or two fructose, or it might be a one glucose and one fructose, whatever it may be. It has a two monomeric unit, that is called it as a disaccharides, and in that main example is sucrose. Main example is sucrose. Okay, we know that sucrose is the commonest sugar. Okay, we know that we are now using a sucrose, commonly sugar in the home, that is called it as a sucrose, commonest sugar. We are already know about that. The main source of sugar, it means sucrose. How we will get a main source of sugar? From sugar cane. You have to know about that. Sucrose, it is called it as a commonest. This is the commonest sugar ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಡೈಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸುಕ್ರೋಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದ ಕಾಮನ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ವಿ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಕೇನ್. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಕಾಮನ್ ಸೋರ್ಸ್, the most common sources are, mainly we are getting a sugar from sugar cane, sugar beets, and other sources are honey, fruit juices. Okay, mainly we get a sugar from sugar cane and sugar beets and honey and fruit sugar also. Okay, the use of sugar is as food in various forms. We know that this sugar should be used in the form of various formation will be. Next is structural elucidation of sucrose. Okay, structural elucidation, you know that in the glucose and fructose like a sucrose also. First one is the structural elucidation. In the structural elucidation we know the molecular formula. The molecular formula is C12H22O11. Okay, this is the molecular formula of sucrose. It should be obtained by the molecular determination of the sucrose, so that we can get the molecular formula of sucrose. The molecular formula of sucrose is C12H22O11. okay, and then how it will be the sucrose hydrolyzed. Okay, on hydrolysis with acid or enzymes, whatever it may be. Okay, with acids or enzymes, the sucrose gives equal parts of glucose and fructose. On hydrolysis with acid or enzyme, sucrose gives a equal parts of glucose and fructose. It means which thus consist of the two monosaccharide units. Monosaccharides unit. Okay, it means I already told you that the sucrose is the example for disaccharides. The disaccharides should contain two monosaccharide units or a two monomeric unit. So in this, the hydrolysis with acid or enzymes, the sucrose, it gives a equal parts of glucose and fructose. This glucose and fructose, we know that this is the example for monosaccharides. Okay, so that's why it contains a two monomeric unit. So the reaction is C12H22O11. This is the molecular formula of sucrose. Hydrolysis in the presence of HCl, acid hydrolysis or whatever it may be, enzyme. Okay, it gives C6H12O6 plus C6H12O6. Okay, here you have to know this C12H24O12. This is the one oxygen, 12 carbon 12 is there, hydrogen 22 plus 2 4. This is the hydrolysis with acid or enzyme. So we can easily conclude that the sucrose contains a two monosaccharides, that is fructose and glucose, which on hydrolysis it gives a equal parts of glucose and fructose. Okay, next one is sucrose neither. Then third one is sucrose neither reacts with phenylhydrazine nor reduce Felling's solution. It means in the fructose and the glucose, okay, the glucose and fructose reacts with phenylhydrazine and the Felling solution, and it reduces the Felling solution because both are contains a carbonyl group. So in that the sucrose does not react with phenylhydrazine and does not reduce Felling solution. So in that we can conclude that the carbonyl group of the sucrose is absent. Okay, because in the both the monosaccharides, it means glucose and fructose, they have a glycosidic linkage between the carbonyl group. Okay, now you get the point. Here sucrose phenylhydrazine ಜೊತೆನೂ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಫೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆನೂ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಕಾರ್ಬೋನಿಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪು CO group is absent because in the glucose and fructose the CO group should be glycosidic linkage between the two monosaccharides. Now you get the point, the glycosidic linkage between the two monosaccharide point. So that's why the CO group is absent. So sucrose neither reacts with phenylhydrazine nor reduced to Felling solution. Okay, next the glucose linked via its C1 to the C2 of fructose. Okay, it means the linkage I was told, here sucrose does not react because of glycosidic linkage between the glucose and fructose. Here in the glucose, C double bond O group is present in the C1 carbon atom, and in the fructose C double bond O group is present in the C2 carbon atom. So that's why the glucose linked via its C1 carbon atom to the C2 carbon atom of fructose. Now you get it. Okay, next, sucrose is, fifth one, sucrose is hydrolyzed, sucrose is hydrolyzed by maltose, okay, here not by the emulsion, thus indicating an alpha D glucose unit is there present. It means the sucrose is hydrolyzed by maltase, sorry, here not a maltose, maltase, TASE, ಇಲ್ಲಿ convert ಆಗುತ್ತೆ by, not by the emulsion. When the maltase is converted, it should be react by emulsion. ಮಾಲ್ಟೇಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಸುಕ್ರೋಸು ಎಮಲ್ಷನ್ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಎಮಲ್ಷನ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಡಿ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್. ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಡಿ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಸುಕ್ರೋಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಮಾಲ್ಟೇಸ್, ನಾಟ್ ಬೈ ಎಮಲ್ಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಮಾಲ್ಟೇಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, not by emulsion, because it contains a alpha D glucose unit. Okay, next, sixth one is, on complete methylation, okay, sucrose yields an octamethyl derivative. It means in the fructose and the glucose, pentamethyl derivative is obtained because it has a 5 OH groups. Here on complete methylation, the sucrose yields an octamethyl derivative. Octa means we know that 8. It means 8 OH group is present. So that's why 8 OH group is converted, is replaced by CH3 group, which on, how it will form, which on complete hydrolysis. Okay, which on complete hydrolysis. Then seventh one is octamethyl derivative, octamethyl derivative on complete hydrolysis, gives 2, 3, 4, 6 tetramethyl glucose, and 1, 3, 4, 6 tetramethyl tetramethyl fructose. Okay, here you have to observe this. The sucrose, which on complete hydrolysis it gives a octamethyl derivative. On complete hydrolysis it gives 2,4,6 tetramethyl glucose. In the glucose, the CH3 group is substituted at 2, 3, 4 and 6. In the fructose, the CH3 group is substituted at 1, 3, 4, 6. Okay, this shows that here this is the structure of 2, 3, 4, 6 tetramethyl glucose. This is the 1, 3, 4, 6 tetramethyl fructose. Here you have to observe by giving a numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On which carbon atom methyl group is present? 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, and here also you have to see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In that first carbon atom, third, fourth, sixth, it has a methyl group. So this is the 1, 3, 4, 6 tetramethyl fructose. This is the glucose, and in that we can conclude that this glucose is 6-membered ring, while the fructose unit has a 5-membered ring. So it is alpha oxide and it is a gamma oxide. Okay, 6-membered oxide ring is also present. Also the 2 sugars must be linked at OH group. These 2 sugars linked at OH group. Okay, here you have to carefully observe. ಈಗ ಇದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾದರೆ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು 6-membered ರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ರಿಂಗ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ 5-membered ring. Fructose is the 5-membered ring because it is a gamma oxide ring. And also these 2 sugars, ಇದು 2 sugars ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ OH ಗ್ರೂಪಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Here you have to observe ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮು ಮತ್ತು 5th ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು COH ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ C2 and C5. Okay, this is all about the structural elucidation of sucrose. This is the disaccharides. Sucrose is the example. The commonest sugar, we know that sucrose. The main source is sugarcane. Structural elucidation of sucrose is the molecular formula is C12H22O11, which on hydrolysis with acid, okay, or enzyme, it gives a equal parts of glucose and fructose. So we can conclude that sucrose contains a 2 monosaccharide unit. Okay, sucrose neither reacts with phenyl hydrazine nor reduced Fehling solution because the absence of CO group, because in the glucose and fructose they have a glycosidic linkage between the CO group, so that's why CO group is absent. Then the glucose linked via its C1 to the C2 of fructose, because in the glucose CO group is present at C1, in the fructose CO group is present at C2. Okay, next sucrose is hydrolyzed by maltase. Okay, it does not react with emulsion because glucose has a alpha D glucose unit. On complete methylation it gives a octamethyl derivative, which on complete hydrolysis it gives 2, 3, 4, 6 tetramethyl glucose and 1, 3, 4, 6 tetramethyl fructose, because the OH group should be present on these carbon atom. So that's why the OH is removed and the CH3 is substituted.